Good evening. Welcome to Sunday Funday with Dad. Another episode.
I've had some episodes.
Anyway, so we've been, it's been quite a unique week. Definitely for me, definitely for the country, for actually the whole world. But we had talked about this subject, I believe it was last Monday, I had brought it up, that I thought we should talk about relationships. And uniquely enough, there is so many different facets of relationships. And I encountered quite a few of them this week. And so it's a good opportunity to talk to Dad about that. And so thank you for joining us. Let's start off, if you don't mind, Dad. Let's start off with the relationship between a father and a son, if you don't mind.
Well, okay.
I hate to go the easy one.
Before we get too far,
Yes, sir.
we would be remiss if we did not at least honor Charlie Kirk.
I agree.
True American. God bless America. He was a true American. And I just want to honor him. And then we won't say anything else about Charlie.
And he loved people.
Yeah, he's named after me.
Oh, yes, of course he was. Yes, he was. But he did. He was a lover of people.
Yeah.
And to be able to go to places, I'll elaborate a little bit, for him to go to places such as Oxford and Harvard and all of those unique thinking places, different thinking places, and subject himself to having conversations. Great courage right there. So, and he died doing what not only he was called to do, but do what he did best. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, and that's the kind of person I'd like a relationship with.
Isn't that the truth?
You know?
One that's willing to talk openly about anything?
Yes, you can discuss anything.
Yes.
Wasn't pushy, would listen. And he'd go places where he knew they hated him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite a way of having relationships with people.
Well, I looked up the definition of relationship.
Wow.
You know how I am about definitions.
I do.
And it said that essentially a relationship's a connection. And that's a pretty broad definition.
Yeah, it is.
Now, in that connection, there's three things I look for. Mental, physical attraction, and the presence of security.
Wow, sounds like a definition of love.
Yes. Okay, that's the kind of relationship I look for. Now, there's relationships that are the total opposite of that. You know, they're ugly people, and they're not very smart, and sure don't feel secure around them.
Very disrespectful.
But somehow we're connected, either through family or friends or something, so I have to have a relationship with those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
But it's not a pleasant relationship in any means. But still, we have to maintain a relationship. And those are the ones I don't like.
Well, I think you just provided the good example of a relationship between a father and a son. A father and a son can sit and discuss things they do and do not like.
Oh, yes.
I think that's an excellent example of that, Dad. So, well done. Friday night, I went to a dinner up in Tulsa. And while I was there, I ran into some people that knew me when I was in school. And then also had some people around me that know me now. And the amazing part about the way that the interactions were had throughout the evening till freaking 3 o'clock in the morning was there was a change as alcohol was involved. And you know, when people aren't drinking yet, they're very respectful to my recovery and to my sobriety and to sobriety as a whole. But once that alcohol is a part of the interaction, everything changes, Dad. And you would think that I wouldn't forget that this is going to change now that they're drinking, or I've run into them and they're drinking, and so now it's going to be different. But I must say, I'm surprised every time still. Nobody wanted to get violent or overly disrespectful, but there's always a disrespect just in the mere fact of the attitude once alcohol is involved. Does that make sense?
Well, I found, I drink my share during my life. I found that alcohol normally distorts your thought process, your reasonability, your ability to reason. And once they begin to absorb the alcohol, they just engulf everybody in that. Everybody, let's come on, let's have a party.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't think about you individually. You're just one of us now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can understand that. And I understand you being surprised every time.
I am.
You're surprised when you come in the morning, I'm still breathing.
And enthused.
Well, yeah.
I am enthused that you're still breathing.
Yeah.
But the part that got me the most was I was asked to order someone a drink. I was asked to. And so respectfully, I did. It did me no harm to order this drink. But while I was up at the bar, one of the people that had known me back when I was in school came up and stood beside me and said that the people that work behind the bar are not very good. And I said to them, well, there's a way you can eliminate that. And they said, how? And I said, don't drink. The amazing look on their face of, what do you mean don't drink? What do you mean? As if I was speaking German or some other language.
Interesting language.
Yeah. As if I was speaking some other language. To me, that made perfect sense. If you're not happy with the service, then why do that? So that was one of those interactions of the relationship, along with the other parts of it, Dad, that were amazing to me. You know, I'm an introspector. You know, I look at the insides of things. And so as I watched the attitudes of those that were all surrounding me, the different attitudes, how those that were partaking of the alcohol would have this almost a resentful attitude towards each other. I didn't have any, there was no indication of anybody being resentful towards me. There was a seeking of power or of acknowledgement. You know, some way they could say, hey, I got this guy to do this or do that. But it was nothing out of resentment. And which was somewhat curious, since some of these people knew me when I was a very resentful person and violent person. So I was surprised by all of those facets of those relationships and how I found myself above it. Does that make sense?
Yes, understandable.
Amen.
I've had many relationships, and what I find the biggest detriment to a good relationship is false expectations.
Wow.
What we expect out of somebody else. And that's why it would have been good to have a relationship with Charlie, because he would tell you, he'd talk to you.
Yes.
You could talk about anything.
Yeah.
So if you talk these relationships out, you can get your expectations properly aligned and not have false expectations.
I wonder if there was anyone in Charlie's realm of conversation that he got to a place of thinking that sometimes the best thing to say is nothing at all.
Well, I noticed he did that many
Yeah.
times in his campus appearances. he would, when he handed over the mic, he just didn't say anything, and they'd say something really stupid, and he'd just look at the audience.
This is true.
You know, he didn't respond. So he practiced that to a point. Yeah, and I told you about the guy I worked for. I sold cars, and he said sometimes the best deal you ever make is the one you don't.
That's right.
So many times I've gone home and 3 days later thought, I should have said that.
Right.
Instead of what I said.
Yes.
But the false expectations really mess up a lot of things in life. If you expect reality, you'll receive what you expect.
Mm-hmm.
If you expect something unrealistic, you'll never receive that. So when women meet a man, they think they can change.
Ooh, good point. Talk about relationships.
Yeah. So they go into that relationship saying it doesn't matter, I'll fix him.
I'll fix him.
Yeah. Yeah. They did an experiment, and they put a man in a room by himself for 30 minutes. No TV, no nothing.
Right.
After 30 minutes, they came in and said, "What were you thinking about?" I said, "Football."
Yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah.
They put the woman in the room 30 minutes, and when they came in, they asked her, she said, "Well, I was thinking about the conversation I had last night." Now, you'll never, ever, ever in your life find a man who thinks about the conversation he had.
Yes, absolutely.
So that kind of difference, you have to expect that from somebody, that they just don't, they have no idea
Right.
of how you think. And if you expect them to know what you're thinking, you're wrong.
I agree.
Your mother used to swell up and not talk to me. I said, "What's wrong?" "Well, if you don't know, I'm not telling you." Okay.
If you don't know, I'm not telling.
Oh yeah, she's good at that. Of course, I found out later that she was just crazy about makeup sex. So
Crazy about makeup sex.
yeah, so she started fights over nothing.
What a plan.
Yeah,
What a ploy.
yeah, she was good at that.
Wow. How interesting is that?
But she expected me to know what she was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, after 31 years, I did.
Amen. Way to put the time and effort in it.
Yeah. I stayed with it till I found out.
Till you found out, dude. What's the best relationship you've ever had? Me and you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Best relationship I ever had.
Wow, I've got to say, man, I can't think of a better one I've had.
Well, see, I can tell you a lot of things I couldn't tell your mother.
Oh, amen, amen. Yeah, amen.
No. Yeah, I'd have been in big trouble if I told her the things I talked to you about.
Amen. Well, I must say that I don't know of a better relationship I've had with anybody.
Well, and see, the good thing is I just don't expect anything from you.
Yeah, amen.
He told me earlier that being Rod Baker almost killed him. I said, "Me too."
And it's so true. And that is one of the aspects of relationships is people that I knew early on, especially in my drinking days, trying to live up to the expectations of them almost killed me. And it almost killed several other people too. However, instead it killed me in a different way. It killed that part of myself that couldn't live with myself any longer. And thus the only relationship I question that's better than you and I's is mine and mine.
Well, I kind of like those Keebler L's. We have a pretty good relationship.
You and those Keeblers.
Yeah. The most important thing in any relationship, I don't care who it is, what a man, his neighbor, or a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law, or whatever relationship it is, honesty is the best policy.
Amen.
just to be honest. If someone's not honest with me, I can't have a relationship with them. I don't want a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. And trust is, the feeling of security is very important in a relationship to me.
Yeah.
That I feel secure with someone. And it's just honesty. And that's the hardest part for a lot of people, is being honest.
And it's the most disappointing when there's not honesty there. It is the most disappointing, that's for sure. Anything else you'd like to talk about relationships?
Well, I don't think I should.
Okay.
Well, I told more than I should.
Probably, you probably did. Well, thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget, Dad does his 10 o'clock Bible study on Wednesdays. So please watch for that. And then also, you'll notice that I've been a little more active about posting. And so if you like what you hear, please pay attention. And
Keep those cards and letters coming. Whatever that means.
whatever that means, yeah. Or comment. You know, that's something that Dad really looks forward to, is people commenting on his videos and giving their opinions on the subject matter. So please don't hesitate in doing that. Thank you again for joining us. We're very grateful. So, anything else?
Good night. God bless you.
Amen.